Good morning, everyone. This is Miss Mira, and hope you all are doing well. Stay safe and stay home. Today, we're going to discuss our a new lesson that we took in week 6, which is how to write numerical expressions. But before I start explaining, I want to quickly explain what is an expression. An expression is a mathematical sentence that has numbers, operations, and variables. So an expression can have three things: numbers, variables, and operations. Operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, expressions have two types. They can either be numerical expression or algebraic expression. But in our lesson, we are going to learn everything about numerical expression. So what is a numerical expression? It is a sentence that has numbers and operations. It's a combination of numbers and operations. Okay, now, in the previous lesson, we learned how to simplify or solve numerical expressions using order of operation. In this lesson, we're going to start with writing expression. Therefore, before I start anything, the keyword or the most important part about understanding how to write numerical expression is to understand the keywords and to look for the keywords in the sentence and the corresponding operation that you know. Okay, so let's start by looking at some of the keywords. In this table, we have the keywords and the operation that is used. Okay, so first we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In addition, we have added to, plus, sum of, more than, increased by, total of, and. Subtraction, multiplication, and division, all of them have certain keywords that help me to understand how to translate the word into an operation. Okay, since this is clear, let's start. A very important point about these keywords is that we need to memorize them and we need to understand the words and their corresponding operation. Therefore, we need to know the keywords for each operation in order to be able to solve or to write the numerical expression. Some of them you already know, such as plus, sum of, the total of, the difference, minus, subtracted from, take away, multiplied by, times. Oh, this word twice, it means multiply by 2. Triple means multiply by 3. Divided by, quotient of. Half, it means divide by 2. Ratio and pair. All these words represent the operations that we have right here. Therefore, let me start with an example that would help you to understand further about this lesson. Let's say, for example, if we have the sum of 9 and 7, the sum of 9 and 7. So according to the previous table that we had, our keyword would be sum. And as we know, sum represents addition or plus. Okay. Now, whenever you see sum, product, difference, or quotient, you should also look for the word and. Okay, so whenever we have the word sum, product, quotient, or difference, you should always look for the word and. Simply because this is where the operation would go. So the addition would go in between these two numbers. So how would I write this expression? The sum of 9 and 7, it would be 9 plus 7. So instead of the and, I would put the addition. Okay, another example, the product of 25 and 4. Again, we have product means multiplication, 25 and 4, the word and, we will replace it with the operation, which is multiply. So it would be 25 multiplied by 4. Now, a very important note is that when writing expressions, I'm not actually asking you to solve the expression. So don't solve for the expression, for example, 9 plus 7, you would tell me 16, or 25 multiplied by 4, it's equal to 100. No, I only want you to write the expression, as in change the phrases into numbers and operations. Excellent. Now, our next example is 7 less than 23. Now, as we all know, less than represents minus. Excellent. But less than is a very important word because the order in these numbers is going to be switched. So it's not going to be 7 minus 23. No, it will be written as 23 minus 7. So this is how we write it. Whenever I have the word less than, okay, it switches the order of the numbers. So instead of writing 7 minus 23, I would start with 23 minus 7. So we always start. So we start with 23 and subtract 7 from it. Excellent. Our next example is 18 more than 9. Again, the word 18 more than means addition. In this case, also more than is going to be treated like less than. It will switch the order of the numbers. So I cannot write it 18 plus 9. It would be 9 plus 18. Okay. So from what we understand, less than and more than are important keywords because in them we have to switch the place of the numbers. Okay. Question 5. The quotient of 25 and 5. Quotient means division. And then you have and, therefore, you place the operation instead of the and it would be 25 divided by 5. The difference of 21 and 3 times 5. So in this example, we have the difference means minus, and which means in this is where our minus would go. So it would, and we have the word times, which means multiplication. Okay. Most of the students would kind of get confused in this example because we have subtraction and multiplication in the same sentence. However, the order is extremely clear. It says the difference of 21 and, therefore we write 21 minus, and the word and separates between the two numbers. So this would be, just give me a minute, sorry. So this would be the first part, and this would be the second part. So it would be 21 minus 3 times 5 in brackets. Okay, so as we did here, the quotient of 25 and 5, it was two different numbers. Therefore, in this example as well, in question 6, The difference of 21 and 3 times 5, 21 minus, and 3 times 5 would be inside the brackets. I hope this is clear. Question 7, question 8, pause the video and try to solve them by yourself. Underline the keyword and translate each keyword into the operation that we have or that we learned. Also, once you move, so the answer here would be times means multiplication, so 8 times 70 divided by means division, so 36 divided by 4. Also, please, the next page, pause the video before solving, solve it alone, and then check your answers. Okay, the word less than means we need to switch the numbers, therefore it would be 70 minus 25. Total means addition, therefore 17 plus 31. Decreased by means minus, therefore 100 minus 5. Okay. Now, once we are done with these examples, let's try to solve a bit more examples that have two operations. So, if we go to these examples, write each phrase as a numerical expression. Divide 15 by 3. Divide 15 by 3. Then add 13. So first, what would I do? 15 divide by 3, and then, which means add 13. Okay, question 3, subtract 4 from 20. So subtract 4 from 20, which means what? 20 minus 4. They said from 20, therefore 20 comes first. And then divide by 2. Okay, so subtraction first. Why did I add brackets? Because they mentioned subtraction first. Therefore, whenever I add the brackets, it would give me the priority to solve the subtraction first. Or, sorry, the parentheses. In here, add 9 and 4. So 9 plus 4 multiply by 2. Now, in this expression, if I didn't add the parentheses, I would probably solve 4 multiplied by 2 first. But according to our question, we're supposed to add first. Therefore, we add parentheses around 9 plus 4. Okay. The next question, it says, compare each pair of numerical expression without evaluating them. You have expression 1 and expression 2. Both expression contains the same multiplication. Now we need to compare between these two expressions. Expression 1 and expression 2 have the same multiplication expression, which is 7 multiplied by 4. In expression 1, the product is divided by 2. Therefore, so according to expression 1, the product is divided by 2. So expression 1 is, how much is it as large as expression 2? It is half of expression 2 because it is divided by 2. Therefore, it is half as large as expression 2. Okay. Now, our next part of the lesson, I'm going to solve more examples similar to the ones available in the book. Select the correct answer from the given options. Okay, what does it say? It says 4 times the sum of 34 and 8. 4 times Times means multiply. So 4 multiply the sum, which is addition of what? 34 and 8. Again, in this case, we need to understand what are we supposed to solve first. If I didn't put brackets or parentheses around 34 and 8, I would definitely start by multiplying the 4 with the 34. However, the question said the sum of 34 and 8. Therefore, I should put a parenthesis around 34 and 8 in order to show the importance that we should add first. Okay. The next question, 5 times, so in the first question, sorry, it would be option B. Question 2, 5 times, so times is multiplication, the difference, which means minus, between 54 and 49. So again, 5 times 54 minus 49. It's very important to put the parentheses in order to show what am I supposed to start with. So I should add the parentheses around the 54 and the 49, and my option would be C. The third question, 3 times the sum of 23 and 7. 3 times. Times means multiplication. The sum, which is addition, 23 and 7. So 3 times the sum, again, I have to put parentheses, 23 plus 7. So which option is it? It's option C. Okay. Let's move to the next page. Question 4. 8 times the difference between 43 and 38. Times means multiplication, difference means minus. So 8 times 43 minus 38. Okay, so it would be option B. Question 5 is actually interesting. The sum of 9 and 5 doubled. The word doubled in this case means what? It means multiplied by 2. So the sum means addition. So addition of 9 and 5 in parentheses because we should start with it. Doubled, which means multiplied by 2. Therefore, question D. Okay. Now the next page, I would want you to pause the video and try to solve the following questions alone. Okay. 4 times the difference between 26.8 and 23.7. Times means multiplication, difference means subtraction. So 4 times, why do I add parentheses? Because to show the importance that I should start with the difference, 26.8 minus 23.7. Okay, so it would be for question D or option D. 3 less than the product of 5 and 6. This is extremely important. First of all, less than means minus, and it means that I need to switch. Okay? The second thing, the second part is the product of 5 and 6, which means I need to find the product first. So 5 multiplied by 6 in parentheses, and then less than 3, which means minus 3. So this second part would be written first, and then I would write the number 3. So it would be option A. Again, also in question 8, 6 more than the product of 3 and 8. More than as well is addition, and it means I need to switch the place or the order of the numbers. So this is our second part, which is the product of 3 and 8, which means 3 multiplied by 8 in parentheses. More than means plus and 6. So it would be option A. Now, through all these examples, I hope that this lesson was clear and that you got to understand how to solve or how to write numerical expression. Thank you all for your time. Have a nice day.